If you can hear me, type in the chat here. If you can't hear me, then I don't know, something's wrong with my shit. Oh, all right. Well, yeah, I'm gonna mute myself. I'm gonna do like a little monologue here, talk about how I'm moving to Twitch and everything, and then I can take a piss break. I'll be right back. So yeah, I'm moving to Twitch for a couple reasons. One is that the video quality that I stream in on YouTube is actually a lot better on Twitch. So if you've ever watched, like, probably not. If you watch my stream at 720p 60 on Twitch and you watch it on YouTube, it's actually a lot clearer. It's a lot better to watch. Another reason is I can clip like little highlights a lot easier than I can with YouTube. And of course, if you're watching and you think there's something that's noteworthy, you can clip it. You can clip a highlight, or you can clip something funny, so it's easier. Also, the delay in chat. So when I know you can adjust it here in YouTube. I know you can adjust the delay, but like it's like a 5-second difference in Twitch. So something happens and someone's like, "Hey, you missed a guy," or somebody wants to say something, then it's almost instantaneous. Whereas in YouTube, it's like a 20-second difference. So when you shout out, "What's up, man," or what have you, it takes a minute for it to show up, and then it takes a minute for me to reply. So that's another reason. Another reason is the overlay. I know that's kind of a small reason, but the overlay in Twitch is better. Like I could set the night mode, and basically I like have this whole window like right here, and then I see nothing but chat. But like YouTube, I ain't figured out how to do it yet, but my window is like this big and my chat is like that big. So it is kind of like a pain in the ass to mess with. I've like shuffled things around. There was no way I could do, and there's like no night mode. So like if I watch your stream, I can select night mode, and I can see your stream in a big picture, and I can see all the chat as well as myself chatting. But when I am watching my live stream, where I can control what the name of it is, the stream options, all that stuff, it's all white. So it's a bright white screen. So at nighttime, you know, I got my game, and then I have this big white screen just radiating on me. So it's kind of been happening. I've been kind of slowly transitioning. I figured I would at least make a formal, you know, hey, this is what's going on. This is why I'm doing it. I'm still having the 100 subscriber giveaway. Don't get me wrong. So the only difference is I will be streaming from Twitch, and you know, I'll be making some more montages, or I'll be making some more clips, some more rants, what have you. And I'll be putting them on YouTube, but I'll just be using Twitch as the streaming avenue. So that way I can stream there. The quality's a little bit better. It's more user-friendly. Obviously, Twitch has been doing it a little bit longer than YouTube has, and I can just port that stuff directly to YouTube. In fact, when I used to play WoW and I streamed WoW a couple times, I actually started on Twitch, and then I made the YouTube streaming because I figured I'd give it a try because everybody does Twitch. But I can kind of see why they do Twitch. And, you know, I'm not in it for the money. I'm just in it for the lulz. You know, like, I put up a donation on my homepage, and nobody's donated because people have asked me, where do you donate? It's like a GoFundMe page. And the GoFundMe was just to raise the jackpot for viewers. So it's not like I'm supporting the viewers out of my own pocket. See, the way I look at it is I do you a service by entertaining you, and you do me a service by providing me feedback as to whether or not the entertainment you're getting is worth it. Like, am I wasting your time? Can I make it better? Can I be better at the game? What have you? So, yeah, still doing the 100 subscriber giveaway. I'll still be porting things over from Twitch to YouTube, but the only difference is that I actually will not be streaming off of YouTube. And I think I'm going to effectively stop streaming YouTube videos the 1st of September, so that's about 2 weeks. So I'll be streaming between Twitch and YouTube, but effectively the 1st of September, I'll just cut out streaming on YouTube altogether. But I appreciate everybody that supported me. I got 86 viewers. That's great. Still trying to get 14 more to like give away a grand prize. That would be even better. You know, I've given away weapon skins so far. I've given away a copy of PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds. I gave away some LED case lights. So, you know, I do send those things out. I do appreciate people stopping by, saying hi, talking shit, whatever. It's all good. But I'll be moving to Twitch. What is my Twitch moniker? My Twitch moniker is JDubSteppin. So I will go ahead and I will put that in the comment section. I'll put a link to that so you can go directly to me. You can hit subscribe. And once I start getting a notable amount of subscribers on Twitch, once some people start migrating over, just follow me on Twitch, show me some love. Then I'll start setting up some live giveaways on Twitch as well. But, you know, another thing I want to segue into is H1Z1. So I did play a bit of H1Z1 on the test server. I played on the live server first. My buddy talked me into it. And then I played on the test server. So we got on the live server, and you know, a lot of my friends on Steam, they were like, you gotta play it, it's better. But as far as I know, they didn't do anything to the game. So I jumped on, and I mean, maybe just playing PUBG made me better at H1Z1, I don't know. But like, I felt like my shots landed, like they were more responsive. I did read patch notes that were live on the test server about the SMG, about the Magnum, you know, being a two shot. Was not amused by that, but I actually jumped into the game. I did some duos with my buddy Rad, and the first duos game we went in, we won. We both got like 5 kills. Some of the things I felt were extreme. Like I felt like adding tracers. I don't feel like tracers should be in the game. I mean, personal opinion. There's like several reasons why. But I don't think tracers should be in the game. They're in the game. At least they're on the live server. Yeah, you made a mistake. Well, here's the thing: is I tried the test server. I did feel that the hit registry was better. Okay, I did feel that them slowing down the pace of the game was a step in the right direction. So at H1Z1, anybody that's played it, you just basically jump in a car and you drive around till you see somebody and you jump out of the car going 100 miles an hour. Now, you could still do that. Car's going 100, you jump out, you can still shoot a guy. But I really thought that they needed to slow the game down a bit. Just a bit. I mean, the game on a 0 to 60 scale is like a 55, and they dropped it down to about a 45, 47, which is good. PlayerUnknown's on that same scale would probably be like a 35, 40, even lower. It's a lot slower paced game. It's a little bit more tactics and more ambush and waiting game. Something else that they did, I think they buffed the AK a little bit. I could not confirm that. I was not using an AK. I was using the AR. But whether or not they addressed the AR spam, that was something else I wanted to see. I was just tired of the AR spam. Like, people just, you know, they get an AR and they win. And quite frankly, I'm not that good at the game. So AR spam, out the window, hopefully. Tapping somebody with a Magnum. Okay, so when it comes to games and reality, when it comes to games and fun, there is a border. So if you make a game too realistic, it's not fun. And if you make a game too fun, it's not realistic. So on both sides of the spectrum, you have the realists that are going to love it, and then you have like the fantasy guys, the ones that's just out there far and beyond, they're going to love that end. But you got to meet somewhere in the middle, whether it's directly in the middle, off to the left, or off to the right. You got to meet somewhere in the middle, because when it comes from a marketing standpoint, you got to appeal to both sides. You just can't create a game for the leftists or the rightists and expect the game to sell well. You got to meet somewhere, and that compromise is where you're going to get your player base. Like, you know, you're going to have those hardcore, like, you know what, I don't like the fact that I can jump out of a car 100 miles an hour, but I like the fact that there's bullet drop or I have to lead a target. And then you have the fantasy guys that are like, you know what, I don't like the fact that, like, I should have to stop completely when I shoot my rifle to be accurate, but I do like the fact that, like, you know, I can jump spin, headshot somebody or something of that nature. So, all in all, I will say the one game I played on the test server where I jumped in and I did duos and we won, I was impressed. They did. That's another thing I'll get into. One of the things H1Z1 could have done to start making the game better was model it after PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds. So, what did they do? They added the compass, they added the map where you can see the field of views where your teammate is looking. Supposedly, you can mark things on the map. I didn't even try that. My buddy said he marked some stuff, but it did not show up on my compass like on PlayerUnknown's. Like, if you mark a point of interest, you can see, okay, I need to travel here. Okay, did I think the compass add-on was necessary? No, I don't think that actually makes the game. The fact that H1Z1 didn't have that, and you just kind of know I had to go northeast or northwest, that was kind of something else. But I will add to H1Z1 King of the Kill's defense that if anybody's played Just Survive actually had that in the map before PlayerUnknown's was actually a game. So as you know, Just Survive and King of the Kill were one game. Then Sony, got a hold of the game. They decided they wanted to go a different direction. They split the games, so you had King of the Kill and you had Just Survive. I actually toyed around in Just Survive because I actually missed Zone 1. I actually love that map, which they recently just switched maps as well. But I love Zone 1, so I jumped into Zone 1, and I'm looking on the map, and I can actually see where I am. I am a dot, I am moving, I can see myself travel up the road. There's no confusion, whereas in H1Z1 King of the Kill, there was a lot of ambiguity. Like, you kind of knew where you were, but you didn't know where you were. You just knew that you were in Hotel 4, and that the middle of safe was in Golf 10, and you had this much time to get there. As the game's progressed, they've been making better strides, but for me, as a player, and I would say I'm semi-competitive. Like, I'm not competitive enough to be a pro player, but I do hate coming home from like a long day of work, and I just want to kill some people. I want to have a good time. I don't want to win every game. I don't want to win every gunfight. I just want to have a shot. I just want to have a chance. I just want to be on equal footing. That's all I ask for. But with the game, I just want to see the anti-cheat. I really want to see like the anti-cheat be better. They can't always be better because cheating companies will always be one step ahead, and they're just playing catch up. I look at it a lot like an antivirus program. I mean, a virus first comes out, you're probably going to get it if you're surfing the wrong parts of the internet, but the antivirus companies usually catch up within a couple weeks. But I want to see fair gameplay, and I want to see hit registry. Like, I want to see. To me, those are the two main things. I want if I shoot a shot, I want to hit that shot. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts. Like, well, but the wind was blowing. Well, there's no wind in this game. So if there's wind in the game, then we need to see it in the patch notes, and that now the wind and the Coriolis effect and the temperature and the weather are all affecting my shot, not just gravity and movement between both sides. So I want to see the hit registry improved, and I just want to see fair gameplay. Like, if I get killed and I don't know how I got killed, I just want to know that it wasn't because he's using an aimbot or he's using a wall hack or what have you. And ultimately the hit registry. The hit registry, I'd probably say, is a little bit higher, just a little bit higher of my concerns, because there's been several times I've shot at a dude standing still 50 meters, which there's no bullet drop from 50 meters, and it's not even registered as a hit. And there's been times, I know you've been out there with shotgun battles, and you shot at somebody point blank, and then they shoot at you point blank and you're dead, and he's got like 60% health and you're dead, and neither one of you had body armor on, or you both had lammies on, or you both had makeshifts on, whatever the case may be. I just want to see those things addressed. But yeah, I feel like H1Z1 is taking steps in the right direction. They're not completely there. I couldn't tell you how much they're there because I only played one game on the test server. I'm on vacation, so I may just hop in and play a couple more games. Do I play CSGO? Excuse me. I have played probably a grand total of 100 hours on CSGO since it's been released. I have probably played a whopping 100 hours of CS Source, and I've probably played a whopping like 10 hours of CS 1.6. So I have not played a lot of Counter-Strike. And I'm not knocking Counter-Strike. It's not my game. I like dynamic games, and not to say that CS:GO isn't dynamic. It's just that when you get to that top tier echelon, when you're a really good player and you know what you're doing, which I don't, you always grab the M4 or you always grab the AK, and you always grab a flash, a molly. There's like a loadout that, you know, there's always, kind of like StarCraft. If you look at really good StarCraft players, they all tend to play the same way. They build these characters and then these characters, and then they push, or they do this or they do that, and it's a build order to me. So in CSGO, it's a set map, just like in H1, just like in PUB, just like in World of Warcraft, which I used to play a lot, player versus player. Used to play a lot of arenas and battlegrounds. But the difference in CSGO and that is that everybody does the same thing pretty much every map. So you're playing, and don't get me wrong, I am not bashing the game. It's just not my game. I can't do that. You could probably do that. A lot of pro players can do that. The monotony kills it for me. Like, I like to change it up. I'm a very fluid person. You know, I like to sometimes go do my own thing. Sometimes I like to group up with the team and help take out an objective. Those things I can do, but I cannot consistently do that. Like, somebody asked me to describe my life. Like, well, how would you describe yourself? I told them I am consistently inconsistent. And that's the best way I can put it. And the same thing with my video games. So when I play H1Z1, I'm not always going to go to military base. I'm not always going to go, you know, sometimes I'm like, we go here, we drive here. And the fact that the shit is constantly changing. The spawn points change, the gases change. World of Warcraft, you had different characters with different talents. You had different arenas, you had different strategies. I mean, there is some cookie cutter to that. Like, you do want certain talents or certain specs. You do want certain builds. You want certain classes. You want warrior priest for 2s. Or there are certain things that you want to mesh together, which I will not deny. But yeah, like, I will say CSGO, to me, I cannot play, what is it? It's like 15 rounds. First to 15 rounds wins or something. First to win 16 rounds. So the best out of 30, the best out of 30 games. So you play 30 games, 6-on-6, I believe, or is it 5-on-5? 6-on-6, 5-on-5 in the same map, and it would just drive me nuts. So I can't do that. It's not for me, and I can't get a hold of the gun mechanics. I haven't memorized spray patterns. I know there's no bullet drop, but there's spray patterns you got to memorize. I've seen dudes where they're like AKs on full auto, and they start off at the head and they just drag their mouse. So when I'm looking at their mouse point, their mouse is pointing like down at the ground, but they're still hitting the dude. So to me, if that's your game, I am not knocking you. I won't say, you know, I won't say fuck Counter-Strike. I'm not going to say fuck Call of Duty. It's just, if it's your game, it's your game. If it's not your game, it's not your game. So I did buy it. I did give it a shot, pun intended. I've had a couple friends try to boost me in the ranks before, just to, you know, they're like, oh, no, dude, it gets more fun when it's competitive. You know, it gets more fun. And, you know, I'd say I averaged about 1.1 kill to death ratio. I don't think that's really good, but, you know, at least I'm taking a dude with me. But, you know, it's just, like I said, it's not my game. But it is a game, and surprisingly, it is such a solid game that it has been viable for 7 years. And not a lot of games, especially first-person shooters, can say that they've been around for 7 years and still relevant. Like, the only game I can think of that it's not even a first-person shooter that's still relevant and old is World of Warcraft. So if any of you play World of Warcraft, you know, like, that game is probably not going to die for a while. Probably not going to die. Like, as long as Blizzard does just enough to keep everybody happy, they'll come back for the next expansion, and they'll play for another year, year and a half, you know, year and 2 months, year and 3 months. But obviously, Counter-Strike is a game that's well loved by the community because people still play it. You know, so I can't knock the game. I won't say it's shit. I just say it's not for me. But back on my original topic, I'm moving to Twitch. I enjoy whatever people I have that watch me play on YouTube, and you know, it's kind of bittersweet. It feels like it's sad to go, but I'm not going anywhere. I'm just streaming on a different avenue. Like, if you watch the streams that I put on Twitch compared to the ones I put on YouTube, I use the same encoder, I use the same bit rate, I use the same resolution, but it just, I don't know. I don't know. Couldn't tell you why it's got to be like server related. Something on the server that relays the stream to you, the viewer. It just looks better. So I run 720p 60 here, and I run 720p 60 here. I run it at 3500 bit rate. I run it off of my graphics card, which is a GTX 1080 Ti, and I stream off of that, and it looks way better on Twitch than it does on YouTube. But I mean, who's to say in like, you know, another year, maybe Google will spend a little money on the infrastructure on YouTube, and the streaming content that you see on YouTube will be better. Now, I could turn around and I could stream off of my CPU, because I know some people will say, well, just stream YouTube off of your CPU. But the fact that I have a 7700K, which doesn't really play nicely, like it has 4 cores, 8 threads, you know, hyper threading, it just playing a demanding game with high frame rate, because I've got it. First of all, you got to understand, I have 3 1080p monitors. I've got this one, I've got that one, and I got that one. So I got one that's got my heads-up display for my Twitch call, one for my OBS, one for my graphics card overclocking program. Then I've got my game running on this monitor, and then I've got, you know, YouTube with some music running in the background, and I got my stream on this one. So I got to run 3 144 hertz monitors with 1 second millisecond response time, and then I got to turn around and encode a video. Oh, okay. Well, thank you for joining me from Bulgaria. 1:37 in the morning. That's crazy. Isn't school back? You should be getting some sleep, man. You should be getting ready for school, right? But so yeah, maybe if I had one monitor, I could probably try doing it. Maybe if I had a Ryzen build, and my buddy's building a Ryzen build, I'm helping put together a Ryzen build. This thing's gonna be badass. He's gonna be able to play video games, live stream. Hell, he'll be able to like render a video at the same time, and you know, surf the web, whatever, man. Like, it's crazy. Like, I am jealous. But as far as my 7700K and my GTX 1080 Ti go, it does not. I can't set up the encoder on the CPU to be extremely well and then play a game with high frame rates. Because if anybody's played any games online, especially like single player, story mode at home, doesn't even matter. But if you're playing online and you're just getting really bad frame rates, you just know you're not going to have a good time. But at any rate, this video is running a little long. I see, like I'm like way past the 20-minute mark. I didn't want to talk for 20 minutes, but I just wanted to say, you know, help me get to 100 subs. Help me reward you guys for putting up with me. You know, my craziness, my antics, the wins, the losses, and everything in between. I appreciate the love that you guys show me. I appreciate the support, from every like to every dislike, from, you know, every thumbs up to every thumbs down, from every comment to, you know, the absence of comment. But I'll be moving to Twitch. My Twitch is jdubsteppin. I will put it in the comments below. Just go ahead and follow me there. And if you haven't followed me here, hit that follow, man. Hit that subscribe. Let's get 100 before the 1st of September. Like 100 solid, you know, subscribes before September. And like I said, I'll be tossing out. I'll pick you up a copy of PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds if you want. Shit, I'll pick you up a copy of H1Z1 King of the Kill. I'll get you some weapon skins. We got Amazon gift cards. We got Newegg gift cards. And we also have possibly a GTX 1080 Ti. Like, if you're hurting for a graphics card and you want to play some AAA titles, a GTX 1080 Ti is the way to go. It's like $150. It's not that expensive, but it's got 4 gigs of RAM, and it's, you know, it's power in a little package. You know, you could definitely fit it in your small computer at home. So just go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And when I get 100 on YouTube, I will be doing a live stream giveaway. It'll be trivia related, and it's gonna be history related. Yo, what's up, Soul Split? So, like I said, stay tuned. And that's kind of why I'm cutting ties with YouTube in the streaming department. Because if you watch it on Twitch, it's just gonna be better. It's gonna be better for me. It's gonna be better for anybody watching. And you know, I could port streams over to YouTube all day too. So I'm going to go take a break. I'm on vacation until the 5th of September. So I'll be streaming pretty much like all day, every day. You know, and that, of course, isn't true. Not all day, every day. But I'll be streaming a lot. Like, probably so much you'll have enough of me. You don't want any more of me. You'll be like, I'm done. Unsubscribe. Totally understand that. But I'm going to go take a break. Go stretch, get some water. You know, maybe do a couple push-ups or something. Go play with the cats. It is time to feed my cats. Like, surprisingly, they're asleep. They haven't bothered me for food, so maybe when I get up to get some water, they'll bother me. But once again, the 1st of September, I'm stopping my live streaming on YouTube. I'm moving to Twitch. In fact, for those of you that are in the chat, I'll just go ahead and post my link here if you want to follow me on there. That is my Twitch. You go ahead and follow me on there. The video quality is better. But thanks again for the love. Thanks for the support. And I will be taking a break, and then I'll be going on Twitch Live.